various firms and brands like Louis Vuitton, Sunstar, Mizar, and others. Currently, he runs a small practice in Chennai called BNB. He is also a part of jury panel in NIFT and other architecture schools as well. We welcome you, sir.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me here. And sorry I couldn't connect a little earlier. Technical difficulties.
No problem, sir. We can start it.
I'd like to share screen. Take a couple of minutes. I know all of you guys know what UID is about, what the courses that we provide and stuff. But little bit on the crux of what we have been.
This is a campus designed to give you a perfect student life. Physically, mentally, socially, and academically. Karnavati University takes special pride in its design school UID, a place that feels like a grand art studio built into a resort.
Learning isn't complete until it is applied and realized. We at United World Institute of Design believe that learning needs to be a holistic experience. The design principles that our students comprehend in black and white are only truly embraced when they apply it. This belief has manifested into an invincible design structure. High-end, fully equipped, state-of-the-art workshops of every kind enable a complete experience. We have workshops supporting every design discipline, from digital lab, wood, metal, ceramic, fabric weaving, glass, leather, to paint workshops, each housed with the authentic factory standard latest machinery. Our workshops are our badge of honor. Every idea finds a creative expression here.
With 18 labs focused on different fields of expertise, this place is like a designer's dream come true.
UID is a relatively new design school. However, it has, I think, emerged as one of the upcoming design schools in the country today.
The 4-year curriculum that has been put together has been planned keeping in mind that students need to be ready when they pass out 4 years later. Hence, it has to meet the needs of the industry.
At Karnavati University, all your worries end here. At Karnavati
special part of UID is the campus. The campus is like a cherry on the cake. It has a pond, a football ground, a stationery shop, a cafeteria, a hostel, workshops. It has everything that you can ask for.
Here at Karnavati University, we never had a dull moment in our campus lives.
We have visited industries, knowing the manufacturing processes of products, and the emphasis of the whole field is on the process-centric approach and the user-centric approach.
We also went to Goa for a week to study the Goan houses, and we literally measured the houses, and that was really a unique way of learning.
With the connections and reputation of UID in the industry, its students look ahead into a bright future. Studying at Karnavati University is a transformative life experience, both creatively and intellectually. Come here and be part of a learning experience that is rewarding and incredible.
Don't miss out on the opportunity to pursue a successful career in design. Apply now for UID Design Aptitude Test.
Doing in the last year and a half in the new norm. One second.
Harish sir needs to be the co-host to share this. Okay.
Yeah, I just started. Okay, so I'm going to quickly take 5-8 minutes max to run you through this. In the last 1.5 years, what we've actually moved towards as part of UID is concerned is we've moved towards an integrated approach, integrated not just in terms of transdisciplinary or interdisciplinary methods, but in terms of integrating technology as part of all courses, be it visual communication, be it animation, transportation, product, interiors, or so. We've moved leaps and bounds into integrating technology as part of the pedagogy, the infrastructure, and in the method of teaching, how students practice design as well. So that's one major change, one major infusion that we've actually done. We've concentrated a lot more on bringing in emerging technologies into the curriculum and as part of the infrastructure as well. I will show you a few more photographs of how we've actually infused AI into AI, Internet of Things, or the robotics, or the 3D printing, or the AR, VR, XR lab that we've set up in the last one year, specifically the pandemic year in itself. Of course, we do have the creative thinking process. Thinking is essential for designers, and how the process of thinking evolves to bring in new products, new experiences are part of the pedagogy as such. I would say the education that we actually have framed at UID is a lot more is truly global. Also because we have our global partners around the world with whom we have MOUs signed. So we do have we've got MOUs for exchange programs, semester abroad programs, and stuff. So it becomes quite integral for us to do curriculum mapping with all of those universities. The MOU comes into effect only when our curriculum is on the same standard or as theirs. And when we have one student from one semester, let's say third semester student moves, has a semester abroad in one of our partner institutes, then the possibility of having a certain set standard that happens. So it's very important that ways I think we've been able to, in the last 2 years, we've been able to achieve a wonderful standard in terms of providing a global education, global exposure in terms of design is concerned. There's a huge entrepreneurial spirit that also happens. There are initiatives, incubation centers, and innovation labs that we have, as part of which students have come up with patented products, which they have launched into the market right now, and few of them have actually are waiting for venture capitalists working along with them and stuff. So those are one part of it. But also, I think the energy of entrepreneurship is high over here, because I think we quite enable most of the students to take up an entrepreneurial journey. I think that's where design really manifests in its best form, rather than, of course, being part of a team, being part of a company is one part of it, but the service of a designer reaches its optimum limit when it actually gets into a form of entrepreneurship in itself. Today's discussion, I would be concentrating on 4 verticals, very specific verticals, important, which is not necessarily regarding what are the BDES programs that is there, what are the MDES programs that is there. Beyond all of those, we're looking at in the last one and a half years, what UID has focused on is emerging technologies. We're looking at AI, we're looking at Internet of Things, we're looking at 3D printing, AR, VR, XR labs that we've actually done, infusion of all of those as part of the curriculum as well. As we are doing it, our partner institutes abroad are also working on similar structures. We are part of all of these universities, group of universities who are working on a similar structure to uplift our own standards during the new norm, and creating new futures for us, for ourselves in education as well, design education as well. That was one part of it. The second part is the KU Global. The third one is KIIF, Incubation and Innovation Foundation, and the third one is a placement cell. I would go one after the other. Some of the labs that have been infrastructurally developed, or new infrastructure that has come into UID. If people have visited UID before the pandemic, before the lockdown, before March 2020, there was a set of labs that we actually had, which is actually 23 different labs that we have, from textile to ceramic to woodworking to clay to glass to leather and footwear to jewelry, both artificial and precious jewelry that is there. Apart from the metal workshop, weaving lab, to lots of several workshops, 23 different workshops that people would have seen. Now we've added a few more workshops, few more experience labs to these as part of an infrastructure, and I think that's a huge step and a very bold step in taking UID, students of UID, to the future itself. You can see the 3D labs, rapid prototyping labs, the Wacom and Syntech labs that are there, the green screen shooting, and which goes into animation and motion graphics as well. The AR, VR, MR, XR lab that is there, rapid prototyping lab that has come in. Apart from this, UID has also launched a school of computational intelligence, where there is data science, there is AI, there is robotics, all of these things in terms of how the future of AI is going to be, and just not artificial intelligence, but what is the possibilities in terms of moving towards understanding super intelligence, which is pretty much not so far in the next 2 years. We should be having that as part of our curriculum, not just AI alone. We're looking at that future, and we are preparing ourselves. We've prepared ourselves infrastructurally for that part, and we've also introduced all of those things as part of our pedagogy itself. The third one that we've wanted to discuss was the KU Global part of it. Of course, I've mentioned the global partners that we have, the universities that we partner with. You see the universities that we, short list of universities that we partner with on the right-hand side. As part of this, we do have faculties coming in for masterclasses, for workshops, being part of the studios itself. There are also instances where we've discussed, of course, because of the pandemic, we weren't able to, we were to host exchange students over here at our campus, which got slipped up because of the pandemic itself. But of course, there is study abroad programs and exchange programs. The last, the third important vertical that I wanted to discuss was the Karnavati Incubation and Innovation Center Foundation, where there is new developments, startups, new innovation, patents regarding that, new directions that is happening, collaborations with the corporate industry itself, and how new products can be developed and help in terms of reaching out to venture capitalists, and how that can be made into new startups, new directions in itself. I think there are around 14 projects right now incubated at the incubation center, ranging from automobile to communication to furniture and workspaces of the new norm. Yeah, and products specifically, UX UI products specifically in the education segment. The last one is a multi-layer replacement cell. The new norm has been quite interesting for us, where we've not just reached out to companies which are Indian, but I think we've gone global this time, truly global this time, because during the pandemic, our students had the opportunity to apply for internships abroad. Sitting at their home, they were able to work virtually with offices across the world, from Australia to Vietnam, Dubai, London, New York, San Diego. So it was quite interesting to get to that zone, and I think the pandemic has actually given us a lot of opportunities. I'll take a quick tour of the campus. I'm sure all of you guys would have seen the videos and stuff. Some of the academic infrastructures, the transportational, other infrastructure that happens, student care, student facilities, hostels, canteens, social infrastructure. You have there's a spa, salon, full-fledged, pretty exciting space for the weekend, recreational activities. The gymnasium, which is normally pretty well utilized by the students. All the sports facilities that is there. Coming to the programs that is there, I'm sure all of you guys have applied. You would have gone through all of these things, but there are two important programs that I would really want to pay emphasis on. The first one is the BDES Global Program, which is a 4-year global program where it is partially in India and partially abroad, alternate semesters abroad. So there are three. We've got several organized universities to select from, but for the specific program that we are running right now, we have 3 partner universities. In the 3rd semester, students go to Swinburne University in Australia. In the 5th semester, they go to NATA in Milan. In the 7th semester, they go to Nottingham Trent in the UK. They get the best of all worlds: Australia, Europe, UK. What more can you ask for? Very exciting program. It's an interdisciplinary program. You can specialize in any of the fields that you want to specialize in: product, interior, fashion, communication, or you can try. Most of your projects are going to be interdisciplinary, so you kind of work with interdisciplinary teams as well. That's the exciting part of BDES Global. The second interesting program is the MDES integrated program, which is a 5-year integrated program where by the end of 5 years you get an MDES. It's again an integrated program, so you can specialize in any of the fields: industrial design, automobile, communication, animation, interiors, accessory. It could be any of them, depending on the project that you actually inclination and the project that you actually explore every semester. You would go through that program. So that's the programs for you guys. Of course, the rest of the conventional programs are available. You should have applied with that. These are the existing workshops that are there, traditional ones.
This is Aman. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
I'm a parent.
Wonderful.
Hello.
Just last thing that I wanted to add is UID has taken the onus of actually hosting one of the world's the Ahmedabad Design Week. It was tried to reach out to the world to communicate what we do in India. Good part is this year, we've been able to bring in everybody together, all design schools together: NID, IID, Bombay, Delhi, Guwahati, all important design schools. We've been able to bring all of them into one platform, say, and had them participate as part of the Ahmedabad Design Week and made them partners. So that's a good thing. We are trying to hold hands with the rest of the other colleges and also try and project design to the rest of the world and what we can actually do and create future designers. That's pretty much what is. I should be open for questions now.
Rathod Aman has a question. Yeah.
Hey, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for running through the program. It's good insight. Okay.
So, yeah, Arnav Kumar.
Yeah, I would also like to know the expenses that would be charged accordingly, like how you're giving to Aman. So it would be great to actually send out a mail to everyone who's interested in it. So that'll be great.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do it anyways.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, absolutely. That
Same here, sir. Expenses are the only clarity that we need.
Okay, perfect, Diti. We'll take care of that. So you can do one thing, when, as in my number is already there with Gaurav sir, or if the need be, I'll put in all the details and forward it to him. So then he can choose to circulate it with you guys, so that you might be having your particular groups. So at one go, the communication would be spread across. So we'll do it that way.
Thank you so much. I have one more follow-up question. Can I?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. And this is, and I'm sure most others would be in similar kind of situation. So obviously the UID results are out and kind of, but at the same time, the government programs are still kind of, that is still in progress. So what happens in scenarios where we decide to basically, kind of join this, and later if we get, if we decide to move, right, or switch to the government one, right? How does that work, and what do we need to really be aware of in terms of, any sort of what is refunded, what is not, that kind of question sort of. So I'm sure you would have addressed that before, but if you can share it, would be great.
Yeah, I'll do it right away. So what happens is, initially what you need to do is you need to pay the admission amount of rupees 1 lakh. Okay. Out of which there is a provision which is already stated in the offer letters that has been circulated from our end, which says that in case a particular student, any candidate who has secured admission successfully, on merit in institutes like NID, which is both irrespective of both Gandhinagar or Ahmedabad, and then certain sections of NIFT, right? All the IITs. So they are free to withdraw their admissions at any point of time, and they'll get a full refund. They are eligible for full refund in this case. This is for the government institutes, okay? And in case somebody other than this, not falling in this category, wants to pull out from the university, from the admission process, so they are entitled to a refund of 60,000. 40,000 is non-refundable.
Thank you so much. That helps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sumedha.
Hi. Good morning. Good afternoon. I'm Sumedha's dad. My name is Radhakrishnan. I have two questions. Yeah, I have two questions related to the pandemic situation. One is the course, the classes for this year, is it happening online or is it on site? That's one question. The second question is, in the global program, are students traveling now in this situation, in this current situation, to abroad to avail those foreign university programs? Or is it happening or happened in this year? What is the plan for the next year?
Yeah. So what happens is, sir, this particular thought that traveling abroad is not safe at this moment, definitely we are also holding on to this thought at the moment. But this traveling happens only towards the end of first year, that is the beginning of third semester. So for that we still have an year's time. So we'll take a call accordingly in this sense, and definitely when it comes to the classes, we are yet to take a call. But safety and health is our first priority of the students, right? So that is where we are conducting online classes definitely, and a due information would be shared across your registered email address, because the session, the induction has to happen. Then the session will begin somewhere around. We usually do it somewhere around mid-July, second or third week of July. But again, given the present scenario, we'll take a call accordingly. So it's we haven't decided on that. You'll get the information.
Just to add on to that as per information that I have. So the global program right now started in 2020. So the first 2 semesters are foundation. It's a integrated foundation that happens. So they would complete the foundation right now. In the 3rd semester, they should be going to Swinburne. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a program online for this. Start with the program online until we understand how the it opens up and stuff. But what we would do is the travel would happen in the following semester once it opens up. Instead of 3rd semester, 5th semester, 7th semester, because it's a pandemic year, we've come to an agreement that we would probably do the travel on the 4th and 5th semester, and then continue with the planned set of travels then in the 7th semester.
Yeah, for those students, have you started looking at it? Because Australia is extremely stringent on their travel policies. Have you started looking at it?
So the 3rd semester starts from July. So July to December semester is when the 2020 students are supposed to be in Australia, in Swinburne. We're not going to be doing that. Instead, we are in discussion with Swinburne to do the online virtual possibilities in July to December, and have the travel a little later in the semester, in the next year, the following year.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. That is my question. Thanks a lot.
Most. Yeah, Amirta Gandhi.
Yeah, so I had a few questions. One regarding the global design program. So in terms of the degree, the actual degree that we get, it says BDes global design, because in terms of, say, further studies, if I was to apply for a master's, what degree would I be applying with?
A master's in what is it?
Yeah, so let's say I want to do a master's in fashion design. And here my BDes says global design program. Like, will it say global design program, or is it based on what I choose?
No, it would tell you BDes global design, but your the courses, the electives that you actually have picked during the program itself would show you, would clearly tell you if there is an inclination towards fashion, how much of courses, basic courses that you've actually taken in fashion. What's interesting is you can actually mix and match it. You can do space design in the 3rd semester. You can do fashion, a little bit of fashion and space design in the 3rd semester. 4th semester can include communication and product design. Yeah, you can do that mix. But the first year, the trend that we've actually seen is most people have been a little more conventional, specific in terms of their electives itself. When we go ahead with the 3rd semester, we will understand the choice of electives that they actually take. Depending on the electives, your mark sheets will have your inclinations. Yeah, and when you mention in the course, you would have BDes global. On bracket, you can say specialized in fashion or interiors, or product, or so UX, or so, and that would help you with the master's exam.
Okay. So another.
When you apply for the master's, the courses that you've actually taken, that is more important than just the name of the degree in itself.
Okay. So another question associated to that is, do they qualify to any of the masters, since they'll not be specializing in one area of design? So since this is everything. That's
the future of design education in itself. We are moving into a future where there is no specificity involved. It's quite broad that way. It's important that you can actually the conventional jobs are dissolving. You don't see conventional jobs. The new job typologies coming up, new skills that are required, which is why we've also come up with new programs. The global program is also discussed, with the partner universities that are there abroad, partner universities that we have. Only based on that, we've kind of evaluated and come up with a program in itself. And it's I think I'm an architect and I'm a product designer.
Mm-hmm.
I have a bachelor's in architecture. I'm a product designer. I've got a master's in product design from Domus in Milan, and I have another master's in urban landscape from the Polytechnico di Milano.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's important. I get into consultancy projects with urban infrastructure, technology-based urban infrastructure projects with IT companies for that matter. I consult with startups and stuff. It works on urban infrastructure projects. Yeah, so it's important. A person with a certain specialization is required in these fields, and I think that kind of spreads across even in the faculty list that we actually have. You do have communication designers, part of interior design faculty. Most specifically, you have accessory designers who teach communication design. One of our faculties is an architect and an accessory designer from NIFT, but he teaches communication design. There's another fashion designer who's done graphic design for the masters, and who teaches not in the fashion design department, but in the communication design program. There's a product designer who teaches in the fashion design program. I think we bring in a transdisciplinarity in terms of the faculty who are involved and how they teach as well in each of the departments, and I think that's where design is moving. There are new jobs that are coming, new typologies, new opportunities that are coming up. I think your specialization should probably move towards your intent into in the future. Things are changing pretty rapidly as well. Yeah, biodesign is a huge thing that is coming up. I see several students who've done biotechnology, microbiology, who are moving into design. Yeah.
If you don't mind sharing, what is the current strength of the BDES Global Design Program batch, the current batch?
I think it's 42 or 43 or something like that.
Okay.
Around 43, I think. Global design program. For a first year, I think it's pretty commendable in terms of 43 students getting into the program itself. We were looking at anywhere between 30 to 35 or so. I think 43 is quite a good number in terms of the number of students who come in. I think that's also the validation that we've got in terms of the program itself.
What is the medium of instruction?
I'm so sorry, I couldn't.
What is the medium of instruction?
You mean the language?
English.
Okay.
English and any form of expression.
Exactly.
You can dance, sing, lots of things happen.
I guess Sujata.
Yeah. But it is English. But of course, there's always there's no language barrier as such. People speak Hindi as well, or any other. There are faculties who do speak Marathi, but primarily it is English most of the time.
I have a question.
One second. Before you, Sujata's dad is there, so you would like to address it. After that, I'm coming back to you.
I also, would like to ask a question.
Yeah,
thank
sure.
you. Thank you. The question. Good afternoon to all. The question is: the foreign universities, while the students go and study there, how does that get assessed? Will there be a separate assessment by the universities, and will there be a certification, or is that considered as an additional course? Can you throw some light on that? That would be very helpful.
Yeah, that's where the curriculum mapping has already been established. Where even if they're doing a product design bachelor's, they can go for a semester abroad, and a similar MOU has been signed for the global program, where there are a set of milestones that the student will have to achieve. Let's say in the first year of foundation before they go to Swinburne, and at Swinburne there is a set of milestones that they will have to achieve, and then the progression happens to the fourth semester. They do get a certificate from each of the partner universities. They get a certificate. They don't get a degree. They get a certificate saying this person was here for this program as part of the third semester. This is the milestones. They have a grading system that happens. Grading system is done. Is also mapped. The assessment formats are also mapped between the universities for this specific program itself. and you get evaluated over there, but the end degree is given by Karnataka University.
Right. So in that end degree, will that reflect, or is there any way we can show?
The program itself says it's a global program, and so you will have all the certificates separately from each of the universities,
okay,
along with the degree for the university itself. The certificates come from the partner universities. The graduation degree comes from Karnataka University.
Thank you. I have only one more additional question. So, what would be the likely date of starting the course, and when will we be expected to pay the entire fees for first semester?
As far as last year was a pandemic year. Normally, we start in the second or third week of July. Normally, second week of July is when we actually start. But the pandemic year, last year, we started on the first week of August. I think it was the 2nd of August or something like that. First Monday or first Wednesday of August, I guess. I think we should follow the same format this time, and the rest of the other fees and stuff, I think.
Yeah, fees. Yeah, when it comes to the deadline for the final payment of the fees, so that usually happens at a time of induction, right? The day the session starts. So if there is any change beyond that, you will definitely be informed through mails from our.
So session start, is that August time frame you're talking about?
No, we are not fixating on a particular month as such. So what sir was saying is that July is usually the period we used to start, like second or third week of July. That used to happen before pandemic, pre-pandemic.
Okay.
So now since the scenario is very different, because board exams are, they are yet to clear their board exams and stuff. Then there is a lot of things happening around. So we need to register that thing also at the back of our mind. So based on that, we'll come up with a final solution. So we are still holding on to that.
It's a little uncertain. Normally, 2019, it was second week of July, but 2020 again, it's a pandemic year, so we started on the first Wednesday of August is when we commenced the sessions, the orientation programs and all of those. The first 1 week is actually is an orientation week that happens. We have a lot of master classes, lots of people coming in. It's a 4-day event that happens from morning to evening. There's several people from all across all our partner universities, wish students, and they also share their expertise on the subjects.
Thank you.
Yeah, next Malvika.
I'm not Malavika, I'm Malavika's father. I'm in command of Venugopal, okay, retired. So Malavika is also on the chat, by the way. I have a very basic question which I think most parents may have, but they're not willing to ask. To sell me your college in the sense, how do I waive off? Because see, yes, your global design course has really attracted my inquisitiveness. So that's why I'm asking 3 semester exposure outside. How do you say? I mean, and frankly, I'm telling you, I've been researching your UID on the net for the last 4 or 5 days. The design is concerned is there, right?
What is you're looking at a fashion design program?
Yeah, no, she wants to do fashion communication. So global design, of course, covers a lot of design communication and all that, which would cover a certain aspect of fashion. Correct?
Let's go one after the other. It's important to understand infrastructural facilities. It's important to understand faculty base that they actually have. It's important to understand the kind of because all of the eventually what we're trying to do is we're trying to give a certain amount of exposure to the student. Design by itself is not necessarily a taught program in itself. It's like learning how to cycle. It's a skill that you're trying to understand, and we've always understood as I normally tell most of my faculties as well that we're not teachers. We don't teach anything at design school. We don't teach anything. What we do is we create an environment. The environment needs to be optimal. You need to have good mentors. You need to have good coaches who can actually coach, because all of these guys, everybody is creative. Everybody in the world is creative, but they're all not designers. There's a very specific difference between being a runner and saying that I know how to run, and being a sprinter like Hussein Bolt. Hussein Bolt is a professional runner. You can run, but they're not professional runners. That's what makes a difference, and that's why students come to design schools. And what we are coaches, and it's important to understand how good all of these coaches are in each of the department. I think you should go ahead and go through the faculty list to understand the exposure of the faculties. That's a quite very important aspect. First thing, the problem is with that is a master's or a higher education is not possible. It kind of gets stunted after a point of time, which means that the only route that you actually have is get into a job, then work your work up the ladder in the corporate world itself, or you go into an entrepreneurial direction. There are only two directions that happens. It kind of puts your options. It has stunted options. That's what I believe, at least. The other thing is in terms of infrastructure itself. That's the second part of it. In terms of infrastructure, I think it's important to understand what is the environment that we're actually providing them. It's really important that they can actually be in an environment which is a lot more interdisciplinary, where there are 1,500 students who are doing product design. I can get into a lab. I'm a fashion design student, but I can get into a woodworking or a metalworking lab, or my friends are there. I can interact with them and try and understand what happens over there, which at a later point I will be able to use in my design, in terms of how fashion futures happen. So all of those things, of course, you can look at magazines, you can look at websites online, you can look at all of those things. Understanding is one part of it. Experiencing is a completely different aspect of it. And I feel in terms of infrastructure, it should be evaluated in terms of how infrastructure works. What is the possibility of experience that my kid can actually have in terms both interdisciplinary, that they can stay in a hostel which has got product design students, which has got lifestyle accessory students, which has got interior design students. Most of our students have got who are all on the entrepreneurial route right now have got interdisciplinary teams. There's a student from interior design. There is a student from fashion. There is a couple of students from animation and motion graphics. They've done a startup. They've done pretty well in the pandemic time right now, and it's very surprising. And it's very surprising to understand how did these guys actually come together in the first place. And I think that's what. There is life beyond classrooms, life beyond the curriculum that we've actually promised. And I think that is what really forms that society, community of designers, and it needs to be evaluated based on those. And I think UID provides it a lot more holistically out of experience that I've seen all of these campuses and interacted with the curriculum itself.
Just to interject there, what Pearl promises is that your interdisciplinary thing also they say that the child doesn't only do what that particular thing does. We do give interdisciplinary thing. So that is of course a different debate. But as far as the degree part is concerned, the 4-year program offers two options. The last year you either get a BA Arts, depending on where you're studying, whether Bangalore or Delhi, from IGNOU or from Bangalore University, you get a BA Arts degree, not a design degree, or you you do the final year in either UK or Australia and get a proper BDes degree. So that is what I wanted to bring out. And I think, yeah, so that way is what I wanted to know. See, I understand your hostel atmosphere in a college is totally different from an institution where they do not have a hostel as such.
What I'm saying is we'll have to try and evaluate how this actually works. The degree that comes from UK as well, it needs to be validated by the UGC over here.
Okay.
I don't have a clarity regarding that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's based on particular disciplines that we have. So we have the seat allocation is 60 per discipline. So in case of UG, okay. So in UG, what we are doing is we are offering 60 per discipline. So that so we have in all 8 disciplines. So it's 60 into 8. Yeah, that's the thing in case of UG. And when it comes to PG, it's 20 per discipline.
Okay, thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Now, since that we are in a pandemic, and then the results of NID is yet to be announced, and NIFT has announced its results, but then the second situation round has been postponed indefinitely due to these spike in the coronavirus cases. So I would like to know, when can I confirm regarding, so since my decision relies and lies only when I get the results of the other institutes, then when can I confirm my what
Admission, right?
yes when is the last date for my confirmation of admission in UID? So
see, in this case, what will happen is, see, as you must have already received the offer letter, which is already clearly stating that on or before 11th May, you are supposed to pay an admission fee of ₹1 lakh. Okay, which is there, which is for all the candidates who want to reserve their seats in UID and to avoid the last minute rush. That's it. That's the first thing you need to do. Secondly, for those candidates who, would have secured their admissions in NID, let's say NID Gandhinagar, either Gandhinagar or Ahmedabad, right? And top 4 of NIFT and all the IITs. So they are free to withdraw their admissions at any point of time once they secure the results from those institutes. So what will happen is you are eligible for 100% in that case only. And if you want to withdraw your admissions for any other reasons beyond this, so you will be eligible only for a refund of ₹60,000, and the rest 40,000 is not refundable.
Thank you so much. My last question would be that first year, would it be generalized with all the disciplines, or will it be specific from the first year itself?
No, the first year is an interdisciplinary foundation that happens, which essentially means that you're not part of the domain in the first year. Yeah, the foundation program is an independent program apart from any of the programs, schools that are there. They're not. They're related, of course. They're related in terms of all the professors from the rest of the other schools come into the foundation to teach. But it is interdisciplinary, which means your classrooms, you'll have mixed students in the foundation as such.
Thank you so much for the information.
Yeah.
Okay, up next, Sylvia.
Yeah, hi Gopal and Harish. First of all, very good afternoon, and hope everyone is staying safe from the pandemic situation as of now. And this conference call is helping a lot of parents and students to cover all their doubts. Thank you for holding this session. So as far as the doubt is concerned, this is regarding my sister who is who has actually got admitted for the product design program. So my concern was how are the internships closely related to the program, since Ahmedabad is a state or is a city where there are not I think there are not a lot of companies around. So mostly there are companies in Pune, in Bangalore, and in Delhi. So as far as internships are concerned, so how UID supports the students of product design or any disciplinary in getting these internships? It was my first question.
Okay. Wonderful. Congratulations in the first place. Yeah. So internships actually work, specifically for product design. Internship falls between the 6th and the 7th semester. Once they finish the 6th semester, they do an 8-week internship program that happens, and they're free to go join any of the verticals that they want to. They can get into Whirlpool, Godrej, home appliances. You could get into cycles, TI, Hero, all of those. You can get into mobiles, Kyocera, all of the other mobile companies that is there. You want to get into UX and UI, that people do that as well. You can get to Lollipop and other places. Or you want to get into hardcore production, product studios, Elephant Design, or Lumium, or so. you feel everybody gets to choose what they, where they want to do their work as well, internships as well. So around the sixth semester, most of the students try and get an idea of what is their inclination, what is the kind of projects that they're actually looking at designing. Yeah. And the guidance is actually given based on the products, based on the industry that they want to be part of. Yeah, of course, there's a huge database that is there. There are partnerships that we actually have, industry partners who are there, who regularly come for master classes, and there is also events that is organized. There is an annual event for industrial design, which is called KRIA, that is organized. So that kind of brings in a lot of industry experts as well, who come and see what we actually do, the facilities and the students' work as well. Students are guided. There is the multi-layered career service desk that is there, which works with the students in trying to understand what happens. But most of the time, I'll tell you what really happens. Of course, there is a team. There is a team that is there to help the students. All of those are there. What we've come to understand is students really don't expect so much of hand-holding at that point. I think they're very self-driven that ways. I've hardly seen around 5% of the students who say, "Can you help me place me somewhere for an internship or so?" And once that comes in, once that request comes in, we do get them into our partner industry partner houses and stuff. But otherwise, students, I think we really underestimate our students. I think the students are pretty self-motivated themselves. They go search and find the industry that they want to. They apply themselves, and I think we also encourage that part of it when they do it. If you're not able to do it, of course, we are always there. We are your backup. We have our cards ready. That's what the career service desk does as part of UID. We let them go and seek out the industry that they want to. When they don't get it, then we step in as such. But otherwise, there is a list of companies, list of expertise of the companies, core functioning from previous batches where they did internships. They share it with the juniors. They have their experiences happening. They share their experiences and stuff.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Harish. That was really informative. My second question was, right now the master students, are they doing some kind of research on some, maybe some kind of project thesis or research thesis? This concept usually lies in the US universities, like I've noticed. So is there something as such in UID where the undergrad students can, take part, so basically with the professor maybe, or maybe with a master student who is doing some project thesis? So is that allowed as a cross-disciplinary?
Yes. So there is a project-based masters that happen. The other one is a research-based masters that happen. UID is not yet a research-based university. You have to enroll yourself or get to a certain level of development in terms of the research itself before you can claim yourself as a research-based university. We are not claiming ourselves as a research-based. We are a research novice university right now, where we are getting starting off with research in terms of UX or transportation or education pedagogy in itself. In abroad, in the US or UK, you do have research-based universities which provides a research-based masters. The masters that is provided at UID is a project-based masters. Reasonable amount of research gets into the project-based masters. Whatever reasonable amount of research is required, that gets into the project-based. But eventually, the requirement for the master's thesis or the graduation project is a project. I'm being honest about it. That's what it is. Let's be true to what we're doing, and we will get there. In another 2 years, we will get there, and we're working towards that. And all our faculties are working towards that, and that's where the incubation center is, where we are developing the incubation center along in this direction as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Next,
Sir, I have a question. Can I ask?
Aniket, once again, you need to wait. Before you, Stuti, Sumedha, they are in queue.
Okay, sir, no problem.
Most. Yes, Stuti, up next.
Yeah, so good afternoon. So my question is, could you please elaborate on the integrated master's course, how the course goes along in these 5 years, and why I should choose this course?
Okay. Integrated Masters, it's a 5-year program. It's very similar to the bachelor's program, but it is integrated, which essentially means that it is elective based. You can specialize in any of the verticals that you choose for, fashion or communication or product or space. Every semester there are electives that happens. The first 4 years are very similar to a bachelor's program. The 5th year, it moves slightly into a more advanced level where the projects are a lot more advanced in terms of, you can choose to make it tech based, or you can choose to be entirely creative based, project that happens in the final year that goes on. But otherwise, it's an elective based interdisciplinary, which means you can choose your verticals. It's a mix and match program that happens, and it's a 5-year program.
Okay, and
the foundation is common.
The
foundation is common.
Yeah, of course, the foundation is supposed to be common. But what about the placements after I do the 5 years?
I think the reason that I specified
is it similar?
The MDIS integrated foundation is common is because the foundation for the regular disciplines that is there, product design, interiors, communication, fashion, lifestyle, accessory, and the MDIS integrated program, they all come into one large foundation program. The BDIS global program has an independent foundation program. They do not mingle with this foundation because the curriculum is mapped with the partner universities. I think I wanted to clarify that part of it. Yeah, you're saying.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, Sumedha. So Sumedha also had put up the question on the chat box. So she wanted to know how is blockchain related to the design.
Yeah, exactly. That's a question I wanted to ask also. How is I saw in one of those new areas that are being added in your slides, I found the blockchains. How is that blockchain related to design?
I understand. Blockchain is more that is related to the computational intelligence school that is formed right now. What we try and understand in the coming years, what we try how we have integrated that is trying to understand systems and how services can be developed or integrated or or can be conceived, understanding the blockchain in itself. That's the direction that we're looking at. More to understand systems and service design and how those can work in different disciplines, not just product, not just UX, or not just anything. It can be urban infrastructural understandings. It can be fashion trend understanding and stuff.
No, the blockchain is actually a security based. It is actually a cryptology related topic. I'm just wondering how it is associated with the...
It's only a system which actually puts all of this, it kind of puts into their racks, which kind of puts all relevant data into a certain, file, as far as I understand.
Okay. I think I got the answer. We'll skip that question. Another question just related to the previous caller. This integrated course, right, 5-year course, the decision has to be made in the beginning itself, or can the student make a decision maybe after 3 years or 4 years of bachelor design, he or she can opt to switch to the integrated course? Is there an option? What is the timeline when you will decide whether is it to be done in the beginning itself, or can we decide during the course?
So what happens is this is since this is a different course altogether. So what we expect is you to zero down on a particular choice, and then post which, of course, on case-to-case basis we can take it up. Definitely, it depends on the decision of the management whether to allow that to happen or not. So in case if you want to switch over, you could always drop in a mail at our mail IDs, definitely at our admission this thing. So there that thing would be addressed. But as of now, we don't have any such
Okay, sir. Okay, understand. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your answers.
Yeah, Aniket.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
What are the opportunities in government service after a BR, sir?
After architecture, if you want to get into a government service, PWD is a wonderful place to get into. You will have to take the government examinations and stuff, and of course, government procedures on and off the table. Yeah, I think that's the direction that you can take. The other possibility is, of course, you can take up the UPSC exams and move up the ladder a lot better.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Having such a nice session,
Thank you for the opportunity.
I mean, the day of result came, I was getting so many calls. So I asked Gaurav to find out something, and very quickly you have arranged this. So I would really thanks you and Harish sir to
pick up all of your doubts and give some clarity to your thoughts. Please don't overthink. Keep life simple. Take it easy. Yeah, this too shall pass, and take one day at a time. Don't do much. Yeah, and spend some alone time by yourself so you can think in clarity and take some good decisions. Yeah.
Yes.
Very good year to start things, and I'm glad you're there in this time right now.
And everyone, please try to stay happy, share your things with your friends, family, and don't feel yourself alone in any movement. Please connect us, any one of you. Yeah. Bye bye, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you.